Okay, good afternoon, my crafty friends. How you doing today? All right, I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I'm just going to wait a minute and see if anybody pops on and see if I get this show up on my iPad so I can see if there are any comments. So just bear with me a minute, please. And come on. Okay, sometimes things go really easy, eh? Sometimes not so much. Okay. All right, so I'm sure most of you saw that yesterday Stampin' Up system was down. They kind of thought maybe they wanted to give themselves lots of time, so they guesstimated 6 hours. But as it turned out, it was only down for an hour and a half, so that was really good. So what they did, basically made a few changes, and now you are going, everyone who places an order for over $25, if you're in Canada, for over $25, you will receive 10% of your order before tax and shipping and blah, 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 in rewards. So if you place an order for $30, you will get $3 in rewards. Now, these will be banked. You cannot use them on that order, but you will be able to use them on the following order. Okay, so it's just like any type of credit card rewards. Quite often you can't use them then, but you can use them the next time you're in the store or whatever. So they will be saved for a year. All right, so just make sure that you have to opt in. Make sure you have an account with Stampin' Up, and there's a spot there to opt in for the rewards, because you don't have to if you don't want to. I don't know why you wouldn't want to, but anyways, there isn't a spot there that you have to opt in. Okay, so anyway, it's like free money. Awesome, right? I'm excited. Like, who doesn't want 10% of free stuff, right? Okay. All right, what else? Oh yeah, the catalog is here. So if you need a new annual catalog, let me know. Put it in the comments and I'll make sure you get one. And I think that's all I have for now. So I guess I will get started. For some reason, I'm a little frazzled today. I don't know why. Anyways, I just phoned and made a doctor's appointment for next Wednesday at 2. It's all I could get. So I probably will not be going live next Wednesday at 3 o'clock. But I'm out Wednesday night. So I will try and maybe go live on Thursday. So we'll see. We'll have to play it by ear. Anyways, I'll post. If you don't see my post that I'm going live, then you know I'm not doing it. All right, I'm going to turn the camera down and we'll get started making a card. All right. This one is the right button, I hope. Okay. Let's do that. How's that? I didn't introduce myself. I don't know why I keep forgetting to do that. Hey, Rose, how are you? Thanks for joining me. So my name is Judy Menlove, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Markham, Ontario, Canada. All right, so, and you can reach me at judyspapercrafts.ca. If you want to send me an email, you can send it to judy@judyspapercrafts.ca. Okay, so today I'm going to be playing with the Arched Wishes stamp set. This is a cute little stamp set. There's not a lot in it, but there's enough. We have Happy Birthday, Make a Wish. This comes up, Cheers to Another Year of You. Cupcake with a candle, a balloon, stars, little stars, and I'm assuming that goes on the candle for the flicker of the light. And also the Everyday Arches. This is not a bundle, but the Everyday Arches do kind of coordinate with this, okay? So I've got a couple cards here that I'm going to try and make. Oh, yes, I don't believe either one of these are in the catalog. Oh, my goodness. There is so much stuff on online exclusives. I'm really having a hard time keeping track of it. So I don't know if they're on the online exclusives or they're actually in the catalog, but I'm tending to think they're in the online exclusives. So you won't find them in any catalog. I will check that when I finish, and I'll put the answer on my blog, so you'll know. All right, what am I going to do first? I think I'm going to do this easy card first. I've got a couple cards today. So we're going to do this one. And I've already cut the pieces out. So let me see. I have a piece of Petunia Pop that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of Bubble Bath, and this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So 1/4 inch smaller all the way around. And then I have a piece of Designer Series paper. And this is from, and let me see, just a minute. This is from The Cute as Can Be paper. Okay, so that's where that came from. And what's on the other side? And there are some pretty flowers on the other side, which is quite nice as well. But anyways, I'm using the side, and this piece is 5 inches by 3 3/4 by 5 inches. Okay, so let's just glue these for now. My goodness, the sun is coming out. It's been so long since we've seen the sun. It's so cold here today. It feels super cold. It's windy. Ugh, I'm tired of winter. I want summer, or at least real spring, not this, spring where you got one day that's not too bad, and then the next 3 are dark and rainy and windy and cold. Hello, Brenda. How are you? Thanks for joining me today. Okay. And then we'll put this one on. I don't really know if you need this Bubble Bath layer because once it's on, I can't really even see it. Kind of just blends in with the Designer Series paper. But anyways, I wanted to have the 2 layers, so that's what I did. All right. So I've already cut a piece in the Petunia Pop, and this was the 4th. Let me see. That one would go there, and that one would go there. So this was the 4th largest. There's 2 more. So the 4th largest piece, no, the 5th largest. Hang on a minute. The 5th largest, and then I've got a piece of white. That was the 4th largest. Okay, so that's that. So I'm going to just start with this. I've already cut it out to save time. And I'm going to stamp using Petunia Pop. And we're going to use the Make-A-Wish. And I cut 2 of these in case I screwed up. All right, so just going to kind of line that up. Make-A-Wish. All right, you know what? I don't really like that much. Didn't come out that clear. So I'm going to use the other one anyways. And this will be my scrap. So I'll just see. Yeah, that one just didn't come out for some reason. Look at, see, it's all kind of holy. Anyways, let's try again. Make-A-Wish. This is why I always cut extra. And that one I mucked up. Can you believe this? I don't believe it. Well, I do believe it, actually. I told you I was kind of frazzled today. Okay. Well, you know what? Then we're just going to cut another one. No big deal. Just going to wipe that off. And just going to get a piece of white. Last week I didn't do very well either. So maybe I was kind of hoping this week would go better, but so far, not so good. Oh, let me just cut one more piece, and then I know that it will be perfect when I do this again. Okay. Put that over there. Okay, guys. Let's hope that this is going to be it. We'll just stamp on that and see. See, that's perfect. And then I do this. Just checking to make sure I don't have it everywhere. And we'll try this again. Much better. All right. Okay. So we got that done. And then we're going to stamp the cupcake. And we're going to do that in Memento Black. So I'm going to ink that up. Hopefully I can stamp this without any difficulties. Yeah, we're just going to put them down here. About there. Kind of want them in the middle. That looks good. So far, so good. Okay, and then I'm going to need that little flame or whatever it may be. I'm going to stamp that. And what is this? Daffodil Delight. And this will be, like I said, I just want to make sure that this is stamping okay. And I don't know. Just going to put it there like that. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to color. You know how much I like to color. So we're going to color the wrapper in Petunia Pop. And Petunia, okay. So I'm just going to do some dark at the bottom here. And maybe up where those lines are. And then I'm just going to do a little bit underneath here as a shadow. And I don't want them all the same here. That looks good enough. Again, it's just a wrapper. It doesn't need to be perfect, right? And then we're just going to come in with the light. There's not really much difference here, is there? Can't really see the difference. I can't see the difference. Can you see the difference? Anyway, what's going on? Are you guys all ready for Easter? Are you cooking dinner? Are you going out? What are you guys doing? I'm going to my sister's, so that will be nice because then I don't have to cook. And it's always nice when you can go out and don't have to cook. Okay. All right, it's good enough. And then we're going to do the icing and bubble bath. So I'm going to take the dark and we're just going to put some here under there and on there and under here like that. And that's all I'm doing with that. And then I'm just going to color it in the light. Yeah, I'm just going to kind of go around in circles a little bit here. Yeah, I'm trying to think of something to say and I'm drawing a blank here. Huh. Okay, so last Saturday night, I went and played pickleball with my son and daughter-in-law and my two eldest grandsons, who are, I think they're 8 and 10. Yeah, so we played pickleball, and actually the kids had an absolute ball. So it was good. We all had a good time. There were no losers. We were all winners, so it worked out really well. So I'm going to color the candle in Fresh Freesia. Just these little stripes. I'm going to use Fresh Freesia and Petunia Pop. The Fresh Freesia almost looks like, what was that, dark or light? Light. Fresh Freesia almost looked like the bubble bath. Yeah, just kind of have to dab at this because there's not much here. Not much space. There you go. Okay, and then last but not least, we're going to take the Wink of Stella, and we're just going to kind of go over this. And then I'm going to put some on the icing as well. I can see it. I'm sure you probably can't, but I can see it. There we go, just to give it a bit of, I don't know, a bit of something anyways. I don't know, can you see that? It's kind of dark in here. Oh, any better? Okay. I don't know, I can never get this to show up online. Okay, and then we're just going to glue that on that. Oh, just flew right out of my hand. Okay. Now it's, oh boy, that's crooked, eh? I probably got glue everywhere now. I gotta stop doing Facebook Lives because I tell you, I just make a mess all the time. All right, let me get rid of that glue there. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna pop this up with dimensionals. So I will get some of those. And you know me, I need lots. There we go. And we'll just pull the backs off. Oh, Rose, could you have just used the other side? Yes, I could have, except, I'll show you in a second. Oh, I can't even get the backs off of these. There we go. Well, Rose, you're having dinner. Nice, good for you. Okay, there we go. Now, I'll show you, Rose, why. So, this one here, so there's dots on it. I don't know how well you can see that. And if you turn it over the other side, you can tell that the dots are on the wrong side. So I could have turned it over, but because it's got a pattern on it, it looks like it's definitely on the wrong side. So that's why I didn't do that. Okay, and then I have the Starburst sequins. Now these purple ones are actually Fresh Freesia, but I don't know. I really like them, and to me they're close enough. So I'm just gonna put one there and a couple over here, like so. And that's that. And then I'm gonna do the inside. I know I never do insides, but I'm gonna do the inside today. So let me see. I'm going to use this little piece of ribbon. It's not really ribbon. It's one of those twist things. You know what I mean. It's like ribbon. Okay. I'm looking for my ink here. I want the bubble bath. Where's my bubble bath? Over here, hiding. Hiding. Right. So just gonna put this underneath because it will go all over. I don't want to go on my mat here. So I'm just gonna ink this up in bubble bath, and we're just gonna put a little right there like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna do another one over here like that, and I'm gonna close that up. And I'm just going to wipe this off because I want to do one more, but in another color. Okay, so I'm going to use the Petunia Pop for that. And we're going to put that kind of in the middle, like that. That's it. That needs to stay open. That can go over there. And I want the happy birthday. And we'll ink that up. And we'll just stamp that, make sure that's going to be okay. Yeah. And I'm just going to stamp happy birthday. There we go. And then I got to put it in the middle. Obviously, in the middle of the card. And so we have a nice little insert. Happy birthday. And then my card is all ready to go. Sometimes I'm in a hurry and I don't have time to even do the insert. So, okay, so there we go. So we have Make a Wish and Happy Birthday. All right, so that is card number 1. Card number 2, hopefully will be go a little easier, a little better, but we'll see. Okay, so I have a piece of blueberry bushel. And I'm going to take, these are the 2 largest arches, okay? So I'm going to take the largest one here, and I'm going to cut this out. So this, again, is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. Hello, Shirley. How are you today? Hope you're doing well. All right. So I've got a piece of Post-it note. Now, you're going to want to line this up so that it doesn't cut on the edge. All right, so I'm going to do this, show this as best I can. So you don't want these little dots to cut. All right, so I'm just going to kind of fold this over. I have to put this down so I can see. I'm just going to kind of press that there, and then I'm going to fold it over. Well, that didn't work. Surprise, surprise. All right. Fold that over. All right, so now can you see that? Probably not. I'm trying to get it up as best I can, but then it kind of gets into the dark. So anyway, so all my little dots are over there. And if it doesn't work, I have a piece already cut. So, all right. And then I want one more little piece of Post-it note to just put over this side, because this will still wiggle around a little bit. All right. So I'm going to bring in my cut and emboss machine. There we go. I'll move this up a little bit. And put that on there. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed that this will work. And we'll feed this through. All right. Let me move this momentarily. Hopefully I don't have to bring it back. I'll bring this back down. There we go. Okay, so we'll pull this one off. There we go. And hopefully this didn't cut. Da-da-da. Pull that off. And then you have a cute little card that's like this. All right, get rid of all this. Garbage, 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 garbage. Okay. All right, so then I'm going to take a piece of, this is peach pie. Okay, I wanted something a little bit bright and fun. So I'm decided to go with a peach pie. All right. So I'm going to stamp. Oh, I'm way ahead of myself again. Hang on. I am going to bring in my Misty now. This is the same as the Stamparatus. So if you have a Stamparatus, you can use that. If not, this is the original Misty, which they named it Misty short for most incredible stamping tool invented. All right. And this is a person that has a patent, and that's why the Stamparatus had to go, unfortunately. All right. And I need this one. Sorry. So I'm just going to kind of line that up like that. Hopefully. Yeah, that's it. Hopefully this will work. And then you just fold this over, just like the Stamparatus. I'm going to ink it up in Blueberry Bushel. And I'm going to put this under it. There we go. So we'll ink this up in the Blueberry Bushel. I'm trying to do it lightly so I don't get the ink everywhere. And we'll see how this works. And you just press that down. Actually, that's pretty good. I think I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. And I have the two magnets stuck together. There we go. And let me pull this off. Yeah, so if you weren't happy with it, then you just do it again, and it'll be in exactly the same spot. So that's the great thing about that. But this came out pretty dark, so I'm just going to quit while I'm ahead. Okay, so now I have a balloon, and I'm going to ink the balloon up. I'm going to ink it this way. Oh, that was close. You guys must get a real hoot out of me some days, eh? All right. So we're going to put a balloon. I'll put one up here. And we'll put one down here. There we go. Just doing two. I'm going to leave that open for a minute. You know what? I'm going to do it now. And I've got these little stars. So I'm going to ink up the stars. And I'm just going to put some stars on. I want to make sure, because they're so tiny, I want to make sure that they're totally inked, because sometimes they're not. Yep. Put one over here. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I got a little bit of blue on there, but that's okay. Okay. All right, so now I have taken, this is a Wildflower Birthday. These are the little tags that are part of the paper, and I use this piece of paper here. I use that little tag, this one, okay? And I stamped my balloon. I already did this so that you didn't have to waste time watching me. So I stamped the balloon, okay? And then I just cut it out. And now I'm just going to piece that in like that. Okay, so I'm going to take my little glue bottle. And actually, I'm going to take my tweezers too, maybe. Hello, tweezers. There you are. Okay. So, put some glue on here. And we'll see if we can line that up. Looks pretty good. And I've got one more. Yeah, we'll put him on like that. There we go. Oh, that's cute. I like this. Okay. And then I'm just going to glue this on, but I need to wipe that off before I get it all over me. All right, and ink, glue, whatever I want. Okay. And we'll just line this up as best we can. I could have popped it, but I didn't, so. There we go. And I'm not adding any embellishments. I put the stars on, and that's all I'm doing. And then on the inside, where's my piece here? I'm just going to stamp another balloon in the blueberry bushel. And just kind of have it come like that. And the happy birthday. But I need to wipe the happy birthday off because it was in pink. And I didn't want to stamp this in pink. We want to stamp it in blue. And just like that, happy birthday. There we go. And we'll put that on the inside. And then this, oh, you know, okay, I needed to cut this out with this, oh, jeez. Which one did I use for this? No, I want the smaller one. This one. Yeah, okay. Hang on. We're going to fix this. So remember, when you want to do your inside, that you don't want to use a full piece, which I forgot about. Okay, so I've cut a small piece one here. All right, let's try this again, shall we? So we'll do the happy birthday. He's just going to kind of sit there like that. And the balloon. Let's put the balloon. That's better. And I need to wipe that up. And we need to close this. And we can get rid of that. There, that's nice. I think I should have gone one size up. So if you decide to do this, you can maybe make it one size bigger. There we go. Da, 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 da. All right, that's it. Now I will show you the other card I made. So this was more of a, the word escapes me. Neutral card, matchy-matchy. What's the word I'm looking for? Monochromatic, that's the word. And you see that's a little bit bigger. Oh, I forgot to do that. Anyway, so, but to me, it was kind of blah. I liked it, but it was kind of blah. I wanted something brighter and more fun. So that's why I went with the peach pie and the blueberry bushel. And then I'm just going to do one more thing here on this one. I'm going to take this little cute guy here and ink him up and just put some of those here. I'll turn that a little bit. And then one more over here like that. There we go. That's it. I'm finished. Quit while I'm ahead. All right. So, get all this stuff out of the way. So these are my 2 cards today. Okay. Anyways, you get the idea. These are with the, I really like the stamp set. It's just the Arch Wishes. And again, the Everyday Arches dies that go with it. Okay. So those are my 2 cards. Thanks very much for joining me today. And like I said, I may or may not see you next week. So we will see what happens. All right, you guys have a wonderful week, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.